Adding an XP8V to your system file is just like adding any other of the XP processors to date. The only difference is how we handle the user interface, or the HDMI out, that's included with the XP8V. So to get started, we'll add the XP8V to our system file, name it whatever we want, and go ahead and select Add Processor. I'm going to go ahead and add two different rooms here just so we can separate the UI. If I want to use the processor as is without the HDMI out, I can just leave it as adding a processor. If I want to add the user interface portion of it, I'm going to go to the Controllers tab and scroll down, and you'll find two options to add it as a controller. The first one is simply named XP8V, and the second one is called XP8V Expansion UI. When you're adding the user interface to the first processor, or the main XP8V, you'll choose the first one in the list. If you're adding a secondary XP8V, simply choose the XP8V Expansion UI. In this example, I'll choose the first one since I only have one processor. Go ahead and select Next. It's then going to ask me if I want to create a page for this device in that particular room, and go ahead and select Add Device. I'm going to go ahead and click No. You'll now see we have a home page listed under the bar, and here's our home page and the user interface of our first initial XP8V. If I wish to add a second processor to my system file as an expansion device, first we need to add the device as a controller. So we'll select our beach on the left hand side. We'll then select the XP8V as an expansion UI. Notice the other XP8V is no longer listed. We can only add it as an expansion. So I'll add that into my system file. It wants to create a page home as well, and I'll add that in. Once we've added the actual user interface, we can go ahead and add the physical expansion device simply by clicking your original processor, going to Expansion Devices, select Add Expansion Device, and add the XP8V. And that's all there is to it. We now have two separate user interfaces on two separate XP8Vs. One is going off the main processor, and the other device is based off of the expansion processor that is tied to the main XP8V.